Now, hemp has actually been legal in New Zealand for about 7 or 8 years. They made an amendment to the Misuse of Drugs Act to stipulate that plants of cannabis sativa that contained less than 0.05% THC would be classified as hemp. And then that would be allowable for farmers to grow, provided they had specific licenses, provided they could give proof of their character, provide their police records, and they're required to erect barbed wire fences around their fields. So we can grow this crop in New Zealand, but there's a lot of onerous restrictions placed on growing it because we don't want to, well, according to the politicians, we don't want to send the wrong message to children. So somehow by making it easier for our already struggling farmers to increase their incomes, that would be sending a wrong message to their children.
Did you see that cop? He just walked in and then
somehow by allowing industrial products that formed the foundation of civilization, allowing us to continue making these.
We don't usually see the crops down
it's too close for the government. The fact that these products are made from a plant that also can be used to make a drug that is prejudiced against is too much for the politicians. And also, even though hemp is legal to be cultivated in New Zealand, it's not actually legal to do anything with the products that you get out of it. So hemp seed is illegal for human consumption in New Zealand. And that is because of the Joint Food Safety Administration Authority. We share our food safety regulations with Australia. There's a joint body that administers our food safety regulations. It's called Food Safety Australia and New Zealand, or FSANZ. And that panel is made up of 10 delegates, one from each Australian state, the 9 Australian states, and one from New Zealand. So on this joint body that makes policy for our food here in this country, there's 9 Australians choosing the law and 1 Kiwi. And we don't really know what those Kiwis' sort of biases are anyways. So because of that, hemp seed has been banned for consumption in Australia and New Zealand because of the potential, or they say the potential for trace amounts of THC to exist in those food products. Now, of course, THC is not produced in the seed. There's no actual physiological function of THC in the growth and development of the embryo or the seedling. THC is there as a surface chemical to ward off insects, to prevent from drying out. There's absolutely no evolutionary reason why a cannabis plant would invest resources in making THC in its seeds. And there has never actually been THC extracted from cannabis seeds. But again, for this idea of sending the wrong message to children, we are not allowed to eat hemp seeds here in New Zealand. Now, we have here...
Just give the mic a good hit. It was, yeah.
We have here some hemp seed oil. Now, hemp seed oil is actually made from hemp seeds, and hemp seed oil is legal for consumption here in New Zealand, but it's illegal for consumption in Australia.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
Now, the reason it's legal in New Zealand is what they call a grandfather clause, because we actually at one time had a domestic hemp seed oil industry producing it as sort of a feedstock for paints, for industrial lubricants in tanks and airplanes. We are allowed to produce hemp seed oil because we had a historical precedent of having that industry. However, we're not allowed to eat the seeds. Australians, they never produced it. They're not allowed to eat hemp seeds or have hemp seed oil. Now, so our farmers here are allowed to produce it, but as soon as they harvest the seed, they have to export it immediately or they will be arrested for possessing drugs under the Misuse of Drugs Act. So we have here some product demonstrations. This hemp seed oil is actually grown and manufactured in Ashburton, just north of here on the southern Canterbury Plains. And they have massive acreages of gigantic buds. They don't contain any THC, but they harvest them with like a giant tractor with a thresher, and they just have acres and acres of these buds. It smells really sticky, and it looks just like it, but it actually contains no THC. Of course, they collect the seeds from these plants, and they press this oil out of them, and it's quite tasty. Hemp seeds are one of the most complete nutritional foods available to humankind. They contain both omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids. You may be familiar with omega-3 fatty acids. They're quite a popular health craze at the moment. Many people take them in the form of fish oil supplements. However, omega-3 cannot actually be metabolized by your body and converted into its useful products outside of the presence of omega-6. So to absorb one molecule of omega-3 fatty acid, you need 3 molecules of omega-6 fatty acid at the same time.
Nice.
Of course, when you're taking omega-3 fish oil supplements, there's only omega-3 in there. There's no omega-6. So you're taking the omega-3 and it's passing right through you. You're spending a lot of money.
Crazy.
Hemp seeds contain omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids in a ratio of 1 to 3. So for every